I'll go into this in detail later, but only 5% of the time we are consciously thinking. 95% we are a record playback mechanism. I'll go into this with detail. Let me go into this one now. Let me explain what is conditioned behavior and what is conditioned belief. Are you following? Do I have to slow down? Yeah? Let's see these pictures. Conditioned behavior and habit. We all remember this time when we started learning how to walk. Maybe you don't remember.
No, I don't remember. No, we don't remember.
But we have seen our children now.
Yeah.
Very difficult, isn't it? Take one step. There are almost 2,500 steps that you have to take from your brain to the muscles that is being taken out. Make sure that particular foot is on the floor, and then you take the next one. Just so difficult, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened today when you walk? You really think. You remember that child when she started walking. So difficult for her to learn how to walk. But
I remember my youngest daughter.
Yeah.
Quite recently, the day she actually managed to walk, she didn't want to sleep because she didn't want to stop walking.
And she keeps walking.
She just kept walking until I felt sorry for her. She didn't want to sleep, just wanted to walk non-stop.
Yes. But then, but when she walked for a few days, then the brain, there is something called a neural pathway. It created a neural pathway, and the pathway was strong enough. And then the subconscious said, "You want to walk? Do something else, I'll take care of it." That's called a conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
In your brain, there is something called a neural pathway. And by doing something repeatedly for a while, for a few days, this habit action will create a pathway in your brain. And one particular day it will say, "I know it now." And we will be released to do something else. There is no need of additional resources or energy to spend how to walk. Same thing about, this is easy. You remember the day when you learned how to drive?
Oh, yes. I remember.
Yeah? And today when you are driving, what was the difference? Were you conscious about your driving today? No, you are not conscious.
Yes.
Because while you are driving, you are eating something, or you are
eating.
drinking water, or you are talking to somebody, you are listening to music. You don't even know some of the street if you are a regular guy, how you pass that. That's called a habit. That's called a conditioned habits. Why? Because when you do something repeatedly, your brain will say, "Now I know it." That's called a conditioned habits. Same thing, athletics or whatever sports, yeah? Swimming. In the beginning, it's difficult. But when you do it for a while repeatedly, it became a habit. That's called conditioned behavior. Now, let me also say, how do we get conditioned belief? Yes.
I want to ask something.
Yes.
But it's not like a question as such. Because I'm looking at the point, like example of a child, and then I'm going back to example of us when we are learning to drive. As a child, there's a curiosity. When a child look at a person, a child is like a mirror because he resembles everything that you do. Because when you are walking in the mind of a child, like you are talking about that path, you mentioned that one. Because in your path, you're asking, why are these people always doing this thing and I cannot do it? That's why the first day our daughter walked, he said like he's showing them that now I can do it.
Yes.
That's what I think it's getting into my mind.
Yeah.
But now she's like, she doesn't want to sleep because now she's excited. There's that excitement that now I can do what they can do. And then now we're going back to, okay, Lex, we're going for today when we are learning to drive. When you're learning to drive, you ask yourself, is a foot and a leg everything together. How can I manage to do those things? But because there's a maturity in the brain and the thinking capacity, but when you start to do technique one by one, and then you ask yourself, how was I struggling with those simple things before? So I'm like saying the programming of a mind and the path that you're talking about is something, it goes with maturity and level of growth when you're growing up. That's when you start to process things in a better way than you used to process it when you were still young. I think that's something that I'm picking up from what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, when you started driving, you had the same curiosity like the child who was trying to walk. You are curious. I mean, you're watching somebody driving when you are small. I mean, I remember cycling. First time I learned how to. I was looking at my brothers. I was, my God, I want to do that. When you're a child, when your father is putting on the shirt and pants, how he's wonderful man, magician. Look at the way he's doing it. He didn't have a shirt. Now he put a button. How am I going to do that? Or tying a shoes, a lace. In the beginning, when the child was going at kindergarten, the mother has to teach, etc. So you had a curiosity of the child when you started doing for the first time. So the point now we are trying to see that when you do certain things in repetition, it will become like a habit. What is habit? Habit is a situation where you are programmed to do that without any defect. The point that we are leading towards is that it's good here, but there is a danger that once you develop a habit, you will find it difficult to change.
Yeah.
That's the point that I'm going to bring. And then we'll understand it more here, like conditioned habits and conditioned belief. Because normally beliefs lead you to habits, and beliefs normally lead you for perception of life, or response of life, etc. So let me explain what is conditioned belief. It's like this. This picture of it's a tiger or lion?
It's a tiger.
Okay. Tiger and it has a cub in a zoo. After spending a few years in the zoo, the cubs grown a little bit. The zookeepers decided to free it, took it in a cage, and went to the jungle and opened the cage. And then what happened? The mother and the cubs, they hanged around for a while, but they ran back to the cage. And sometimes they pushed the little one, and it could not survive. Why?
The environment.
It was a comfort zone for these cubs. They are so
used to it.
They used to it. They don't want to go to the freedom. It's free. This is how you are supposed to be. You are now free. Go and live like a free animal with your own whims and fancies. But the conditioned environment has made it in such a way that it became comfortable with the suffering or the slavery that it is going through. Think about us. I mean, connect all these ideas and illustrations to our own life. Are we not doing the same thing? What is our comfort zone means? Our comfort zone means the environment that we are growing up was downloaded upon us, conditioned beliefs, and we think that's all about it. And we find it so difficult to get out of it. Probably we discussed it earlier. Growth is nothing but getting out of the comfort zone. And comfort zone is the familiar place. The biggest problem for our growth is that we are afraid of our unfamiliar. We are afraid, we got the fear of unknown. And therefore, we think what is familiar to me is I'm comfortable about. And therefore, how can you grow unless you come out of that comfort zone? But you won't go. Now let me explain this also. This is from India, from the place that I am. This is a very common scene. Not now, it used to be. This is a, let's say, 7,500 to 8,000 pound elephant. In my village, rich people those days, when they got a lot of money, they buy an elephant, yeah? tamed elephant. And these elephants, and I remember when I was a child, I go, my house is in the bank of a river, I'll go and watch these elephants being bathed for and we go so close to that. And after that, the owner, the guy who is taking care of the elephant will take it and tie that elephant with a very loose rope with a very small tree. Elephant is not a tame, it's not a domestic animal, it's a wild animal. Elephant nature is that he has to go on wild, walking around in the jungle. This particular elephant, which is 7,500 or 8,000 pounds, can easily break the rope
And the tree.
or easily pull down the tree, but it won't do. Why? Why it won't do? Yeah.
It goes back to the programming.
Yeah.
Maybe it was programmed from old age not to live like a wild animal, but like a house animal. Because whatever that is done is a habit that I know. I go and bath. When I come back, I stand in this tree. Someone will come and put a rope. Then I know that I have to stay here for a long time. And then if I'm going back to the cubs they were not taught to hunt. They cannot survive because every day someone is coming, and then they throw something, they catch them. But they cannot kill for themselves. So when they go to that environment, it's something totally different. So with that animal in the cub, I feel like they were programmed. It's like a dog. If a dog, you program it to, like those safer dogs, they are programmed to do that. They will never make a mistake. If something smells like drugs, smell like drugs to them, they will never make a mistake. So I think it's the habit and the programming that was installed or instilled in that animal. That's why they
Exactly.
I put it in a little different, slightly different way to what you said. The elephant, this is how they usually do it in Kerala, and I've heard of it. So what they do is when the elephant is a baby, they usually buy the elephant when it's a kid, when it's a baby, when it's a calf. So when it's a calf, what they do is they tie, as Sir said, a tiny string to a tiny a wedge or a very, very small tree. So from that young age, it is always tied. So even when it grows old, or when it comes of this size, when it's at least 7,500, 8,000 pounds, it is used to being tied to something from a young age. So what your program comes from that very young age. It's not like if you buy a new elephant, you get it from fresh out of the jungle when it's fully grown. Then taming it is a huge challenge. But getting a small animal, a calf, and the program starts from a very young age. Correct, sir?
Yeah. That's how. How do you get the elephant to start with? In the jungle, they make like a holes, no? And all the holes. Now it's been banned.
Now it's banned.
All the holes, they put like some sticks and some leaves, etc.
So booby trap.
So while they were walking, they got the trap. While they're walking, the young one, the baby elephant, falls down.
Okay.
And it will struggle there, and then the bigger ones will go away, and these people will come and pull it out, young baby elephant, and throw it in a sort of cage, and then this baby elephant will be tied to a concrete block or a big tree with the metal chains and stuff like that, or a very strong rope. And every waking hours, this baby elephant will try to free itself off. But every time it's in the cage, these people who are trying to train it will, poke it and do all sort of harm to it. So this elephant goes almost 3 months or 3.5 months continuously. Every waking hour it's trying to escape, trying to free itself. But then by the time it's 3 months or 3.5 months, it will take a decision. There is no point myself struggling about it. So he will surrender to the situations that is. In the mind, it has decided that as long as the rope is on my leg, there is no freedom. But then, the elephant has grown. Now it's 7,500 pounds, 3,500 kilo. But mentally, that old programming that it has taken from the childhood is still controlling it. The point is that we are all controlled by this programming. How? When we were growing up, the environment has put power and forces or studies, teaching it. Let me show that actually I got. Okay, let me go back here. This also I'll explain later. When a child is growing, the child has, up to the age of 12, the child doesn't